All right, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles, the elders, honors to Akim, pushes truth out in sincerity. Okay?
Joel chapter 3 verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah in Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That's about to happen right now. With this third world war is about to take place.
Yep.
The one that end all wars, man. All the Lord has is he's putting it in the king's mind to gather to this final war. All right, so he could judge those heathen nations, starting with the so-called white man.
Jehoshaphat means Yahweh's supply. This means the Most High judgment, or Yahweh's judgment. So it says, I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Yeah, he's gonna plead. He's gonna plead with all flesh with those intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Yep.
That's how the Lord is gonna plead with flesh. You can put it over there. So. That's how the Lord is gonna plead with all flesh. And why is he gonna plead with all flesh? Because all these nations, starting with the so-called white man, broke the Most High's laws and enslaved the nation of Israel. So and they done this and so-called got away with it. So now it's time for them to be recompensed for that.
I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, whom they have scattered among the nations, to pardon my land.
And yeah, the Lord's land was pardoned, all right? Israel, you got bastards dwelling there now, and also this land was taken from our people, the northern tribes, all right? And these nations benefited from us being scattered in captivity. So it's now they're going to be destroyed and thrown into captivity. First and foremost under Yahweh Shai. And then we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, right?
What up?
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given the boy for an harlot.
They cast lots.
Y'all go
They
live?
put us in a captivity, and they auctioned us off first
go live,
in the
but
captivity.
we put it
And
on.
they basically, they sold a boy for a harlot. So they didn't even do the captivity righteous, man. There was a lot of homosexuality going, man. The pedophilia.
And also the whole part of the land. You know, in the land of Israel, land of Jerusalem, they got a Muslim quarter, they got a so-called Jewish quarter, certain parts of certain of the land, or them dwell at. You know? It says, and have given the boy for an harlot, and sold the girl for wine, that they might drink.
Yeah, and they done sold a girl for wine so they might drink, and then they sold her, they made her into like a sex slave, man. They did that too, you know. So that's why you're gonna get paid back, but we ain't gonna do that wickedness that Esau did. That's why the Lord gonna give us some spiritual power also, man, because we can have inventive ways of destroying you in slavery, man.
So
Yeah.
That's what they
you
told
gonna take? You say who you
wine,
gonna take?
musty gun, you know. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense
So you
upon your
think
own head? And that's going into them Hamites. You know? The most I'm saying is, when they render the Most High a
These black
recompense,
guys gonna be here like
and if you recompense me swiftly and speedily,
might not be able to take
will I
the price.
return your recompense upon your own head? In
It's
other words,
coming, but you said
they
you
can't
gonna
pay
get
the Lord back what
transaction.
they done to his people. And the Most High is going to lay down judgment upon them. All right?
Yeah, Revelation 9.
I got something real quick. It's Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
Yeah, the nations are a drop of a bucket. If you have a bucket of water, you know, and you drop this one little drop, you're not looking back worrying about that little spill you drop. And that's how the Lord feels about these other nations. They're nothing, they're spittle. Because the Lord's favorite people are the nation of Israel. He doesn't care about these other nations, man.
They might switch.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
That's why you weighing something on a scale, and it's a little like a speck or something. You're not worried about it.
Okay?
It's insignificant.
Depending on what time.
Behold, he taketh up the hours as a very little thing.
Yeah, all these heathen nations, man, they're nothing to the Lord, man.
So I could break off now.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
That's right. So these other nations don't mean nothing to the Lord. That's why these other nations are mad with us, man. It's in their spirit. They envy us for no reason, man.
Yeah, so in other words, nothing that the nations would do to pay back the Most High. That's what he said. It's not sufficient. That means it's not enough for the to pay off the crimes that they did. Because at one point, Israel, we was indebted to the Most High, and the only thing that was found worthy or sufficient enough to cover our debt that we accumulated was the blood of Yahushua. Now, with Esau, there's nothing we could do to pay off that debt he accumulated the Most High, no the nations. So the Most High, he's not going to have mercy on the nation. He's going to have mercy on Israel and establish everything in its correct order.
It's Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 55. It said, 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. It says, and this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Yeah, the law was made for Israel's sake, all right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Starting with the elect, all right?
It says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam.
As for the other people that come from Adam, the others, all those outside of the nation of Israel,
that thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
They are nothing but be unto spittle, man. Like spit on the ground, man. They're nothing. That's how the Lord and the Most High look at these other nations.
It says, it has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
And liken them as a drop that falleth from a vessel. If you got a bucket of water or buckets of water and you drop a little bit, you're not concerned about what's spilled on the floor, man. You just leave it there, you know?
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us.
That's what happened now. They over us right now. So with the so-called white man, they in high positions. All right. They have they established them with trade lines of credit, to where they could basically build economically here. But and then who they sell to? The nation of Israel. All right.
It says, and that's why I tell you, thou shalt go to thy enemy for all things. You know? And to devour us, it says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy favorite lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess it as slavery?
This is Ezra's asking, Lord, why we not possessing the world, and these heathens are above us? Because it seems like everyone's winning except for us.
It says, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Why we don't possess an inheritance with the world? Because they're leaving their wealth on to all their so-called wealth to their generations. You know?
How long shall this endure?
Yeah, how long shall this endure? All right, it's only for a short period of time. They're losing their powers day by day.
This is Deuteronomy 4. 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that you should do so in the land where we shall go to possess it.
Yeah, we're supposed to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments where we are.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Yeah, this is our wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations. We follow the Lord's law, we stand out. Because it's in righteousness, man. But when we break those laws, that's when the Lord make these nations a whipping stick on us, man, and thrive.
That's it.
It says, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Yeah, the nations understand. The wise ones of them know that's the Lord's people. All right. But now you got our people, man, emulating these heathens and wanting to be like everyone else, and not get in order. And the Lord is having the elected nation of Israel. The world see who we are, man. Why you think they know, the elites know, everyone knows? That's why it's not put out there in the media like that, man. Everywhere, all these camps around the world, and no one's ending up on the news like that. You know?
What's that? Isaiah 59 and 18. Going back to it says, so they reach the Prince of Most High. On their own head. Because they can't reach the Prince of Most High. They can't retaliate towards the Most High. They can't seek retribution. So if they try to come against the Most High can return that recompense upon them. Check this out. Isaiah 59 and 18. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay.
Yeah, according to the so-called white man deeds, he shall be recompensed, repaid.
And the rest of the nations.
And the rest of the nations.
And his glory from the, fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense.
That's right. All these nations are going to be paid back for what they have done, and they're not going to be pardoned for their crimes they did against the Lord and the nation of Israel.
Revelation 9 and what?
9, where it's going into the 100 million horses.
Revelation chapter 9, verse 14. Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter.
Yeah, World War I done passed already. World War II done passed. So the next war is going to be the last war, World War III.
It says, and the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before the Most High, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Yeah, the 4 angels those are 4 archangels that's holding back the destruction to the electric cell.
And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, in a day, in a month, in a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men.
3rd part of men, the sons of the wicked, Esau. Starting with them, that's just the sons of the wicked. 3rd part of men, and they about to be slaves, man.
I mean, it says we support angels bound in the river of Euphrates. That's going back to that whole World War II, that whole battle against Jehoshaphat, as you read in the book of Joel 3rd chapter. And it says in the 4 angels, and the Most High got the angels holding back the destruction. Look at that real quick. Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Holding the 4, the north, east, south, and west, all throughout the earth, holding the destruction. The winds holding back the destruction.
Yep, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea.
That's the earth and the sea, the people.
Nor on any tree.